this reaction video, we're going to be getting into a cipher brought to us by EPICLLOYD that is titled 2020 Phase 1. It has Screwface John, CRYPT, 6 Seconds, CARLYX, a couple people I don't know, Keyblade, Frack, and more. So we'll get right into this. Let's check it out. What's going on, world? How are you? Of course, it is me, Dave, from musicfeltbyme.com. And don't forget, you can always follow me at musicfeltbyme. That's on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to support the page, you want to support the channel, you absolutely can. You can do so right there on Patreon, patreon.com/musicfeltbyme. Link for that is down below. $10 reactions are here. Go check that out on Patreon for sure. Go check that out. If that's not really your thing, that's okay too. That's perfectly fine. You can always subscribe right here. Hit the like button if you like what you see, and if you want to be notified about my next video, you got to hit the notification bell now. That's how it works, cause and effect. Let's go. Let's get right into this. EPICLLOYD from Epic Rap Battles of History was also on the Worldwide Cypher. So he got a couple people from the Worldwide Cypher, 6 Seconds, Screwface John, then also pulled in CRYPT, and a couple other people here. So let's get right into this. Say, check this out. I love a good cipher. We're on a big cipher roll. Cipher season is in effect. This is when lockdown first began here in LA. I just started writing about it. I asked for some help on it and got responses from all over the world. Some were from rappers that you might know, some were from rappers that you might not. All of them were interesting. March 14th, day 3, Los Angeles, California. EPICLLOYD here.
Los Angeles, March 14th, 2020. It's the pandemic, day 3. All the streets and the shelves looking empty. It's eerie, it never rains in LA. But for the past 3 days, it's been drizzling and gray. Schools canceled for all grades. College campuses shut down, sick days getting waived. People cashing in their 401ks.
So he's talking about like the social climate back when the lockdowns first started of the pandemic, the quarantining phase and stuff. So that's interesting. I wonder if that's what this, because it's called 2020 Phase 1. So I wonder if that's like if all these verses are going to be like in regards to that. That's interesting.
This shit's scary and it's just the 3rd day.
March 16th, day 5, Los Angeles, California.
2020. Frack.
This is Frack. I don't know Frack, but we'll check it out.
Pandemic, day 5. Still rain from a gray sky. Swear I seen LA cry. It's not a joke entitled when we stranded on these lonely islands. Been in the crib so long, I'm feeling homicidal. The old and the sick trying to focus on their own survival, while a bunch of kids on TikTok trying to go coronaviral. Staring at my open fridge in a lonely kitchen. Been sitting so still, I swear I am getting slow motion sickness. So now they ask for free testing when their folks are tripping. Guess they only need socialism when they're social distance. Hey, but if they still don't give us health care yet, rip me off some toilet paper as a welfare check. I'm gone.
March 21st, Germany. Still hearing the same stuff.
Day 10. This is Freshy Canal. That was a pretty good verse right there by Frack. That wasn't bad. A little slow, which I kind of like. Like, it's just real. It's not the show-offy type shit. It's like storytelling. I like this so far.
Nothing has changed. I see this kind of as a break from all the duties, but it doesn't make it easier for struggles that go through me. And I'm happily at home, cause for me it's kind of casually, but I'm scared of all the tragedies that could happen to my family. I want to hear something new. This constant circle has heard me the first time since ERB they put the German in Germany. The TV got nothing to celebrate. I know it's important to educate, but why is it called news when I heard the same shit yesterday? I'm sick of the increasing panic, but I know it's gonna get bad if we do not appreciate all the alarm, and the number of people gets massive. Taking the classes on my computer and praying to God that I'm gonna get past this, but I believe that soon the streets are gonna get back to being active. March 23rd.
March 23rd, day 12 in Tucson, Arizona.
Quarantine is not boring me. I see they hoarding.
Oh, yeah, Screwface John, by the way. Let's start that off.
Being active. March 23rd and this quarantine is not boring me. I see they hoarding things while there's people that can't afford a thing. I bet the lawyer ain't go journal looting when we forced to sin, but I'm a...
He says, I see people hoarding things when other people can't afford a thing. I bet the loitering's gonna turn to looting when we're forced to sin.
We forced to sin, but I'm a force of bring, cause I'm gon' smile even when forced to bend. My horrors then be evil, exploiting people that's bought it in, jacking up the prices, cause while in crisis you forced to spend. Economy is dropping, the trending topic this time. I look at Trump like fuck this, more like the blindness leading the dumb. But I'm cynical at political topics is getting critical. Social distance till this improves, gotta shop in an interval. But damn, I'm just a man, so I'm doing all that I can. We can feed the needy with cans and make content to feed the fans. But man, we gon' need something better from Uncle Sam, and when this all over, hope that we closer in the end.
That's pretty dope. Just saying, you know, when this is all over, I hope that we're all closer. Like, stuff like this typically brings the country together, right? Like, you think about what happened on 9/11, and for those that were alive for it, remember that the country was probably as peaceful and unified immediately after. And then there became this wild divide between like Middle Eastern Americans, and then it got pretty ugly after that. But the first feeling was almost this like sense of togetherness, and normally stuff like that would have that kind of effect, but it seems apparent now that it's not that way at all.
March 25th,
This is March 25th, day, what do you say here? Day 14 from Hanoi, Vietnam.
On March 25th, 3 months
This is Just Gamer. Never heard.
of quarantine. In the current situation, people aching to leave their homes. For me, it's been 13 weeks of feeling weak and alone. I'm thankful for my safety, but I'm running out of tasks. Mother Nature, if life is shot, or is that too much to ask? Every hour feels so long, and each day keeps feeding all the news, telling me every choice humans make is wrong. I've been told I got a future, and that's why I'm living. But since when has barely living become such a difficult mission? Not long ago, climate change was the hot threat, and yet I forget your life's a chance, so roll the dice and make a bet. No sweat, I'ma run and jump through every single hurdle, but is it worth being in an isolated and desolate world?
March 30th, day 19, Tampa, Florida.
Yo, shit. Love you, I'm going to work. Yeah.
This is JB Grimes.
March 32nd for 30 days. Essentially, I'm eating for work. We eating great. They locking down the state. These people wait with time off. The opposite of future with my mask on. Everybody wanna go live. I scribble more. COVID-19, the freshman +4. Police start spazzing. Public start marching. Pull my horn for the protest. Let them know that we locked in. At work, I'm thinking the ways to move it, y'all. I wanna teach my nephew how to throw a ball. I wanna show my daughters what a man is. I wanna buy my forever house. So let this man live.
I don't know what day it
That's pretty good. This is cool. This is a really cool concept.
is. I know what the date is though. Today is April 5th. It's Josie's birthday today. We had a Zoom party.
It's April 10th and you can tell that it's Friday the way this virus came in.
Hold on. All right, so this is CARLYX, who we heard on the YouTube CYPHER 3. I thought her and Samad had the two best verses on there. She only has like 2 songs, like uploaded I think on YouTube or somewhere. I can't remember, SoundCloud or something. There's no like Spotify or anything. I really liked her verse in that cipher, and there's not much else to check out. So it's cool that we're getting another little CARLYX feature here.
It's April 10th and you can tell that it's Friday the way this virus came in. Debo 2020 up sideways for real. I needed something, pulled a mask on a Friday. The line was longer than a flight from JFK to Zimbabwe. Been on Zoom straight for 5 days just trying to focus in class, but my mind keeps on racing. Yo, how the fuck I'm gon' pass? Lost my job, I'm feeling bad and cool. I think I'm gon' crash. Mind half empty, just how I stop now and look at the glass. Mask on like aku, but honestly I feel played. College quick to take money, get so stingy to giving aid. No unemployment, no stimulus, now my pocket's underweight. But I'm still thinking, God, I'm not one of many to die today.
Brooklyn, April 12th, that's it, got it.
So we got 6 seconds here. April 12th, day 32, Brooklyn, New York. In the fridge, right? 6 seconds, naturally, in the fridge.
April 12th, that's it, got an emotion. All my booty calls been quarantined, so I've kept my notion. Been hearing of death all over the world, wishing for a potion that'll cure this whole disaster before I jump in the ocean. I've been struggling, trying to find my balance during the solitude. A one-man game like solitaire, not that it's something I wanna do. but it's something that I gotta do. Feeling lost and I ain't got a clue. Thinking of ways for me to build. Luckily, I know I got the tools. Been rapping my ass off, trying to blast off, connecting syllables together cause there's a shortage of cash, dog. But it's that, dog. It ain't no bad, bro. Been hearing birds and I'm letting them sing. And I kid you not, hand sanitizing after everything. Feels like day 9 million. Hoping God will show me why. Watching old highlights, trying to cope with the fact that Kobe died. And I'm about to start gripping a tech, cause I can't even buy my boxers with this stimulus check.
April 15th. The governor has shut down my business, but it's still...
This is CRYPT here. April 15th, day 35, Kentucky, USA.
The governor has shut down my business, but is still forcing me to pay rent at a place that I can't make money at. Yo, a week ago I was rapping on stages, hundreds in the crowd, rapping every word that I'm saying. Between the shows, stopping at some restaurants to grab a bite, hearing more about Corona every day and every night. We didn't think that this was real, it's just a load of shit until a low percent showed of our sold at South Dakota ticks. Bro, it's this 300 sold, only 40 a 10 for the pitch. Now we going home broke as shit with Corona sitcoms. Can't go get tested, telling me to quarantine or I'll die. And the Kentucky governor just shut down my job cause he said I got more than 10 people inside. And if you go to Walmart, there's 10 guys in each aisle, 10 lines at any time. I guess they call it only matters when your status isn't high and you're the little guy, huh?
April 18th.
That's pretty good. I wonder if that's a real story for him. I don't know if he's saying he's got to pay rent for a business that the governor closed down, that like he has to pay the rent for. I don't know what he does like outside of YouTube, so that might be a true story. April 18th, day 38, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
2020.
This is Nafrini. If I said that wrong, I apologize.
It's been 24 days since they said stay at home. People losing their minds when they hit the streets and roam. They out protesting, saying it's a hoax, but I guess you'll do anything just to see your folks when you walk in the stores and the shelves all empty. My inner mom feels I need stuff for my baby, need milk, wipes, diapers, food. It's taking everything in me not to act a fool, and I'm stuck in the house with my man all day, throwing off my routine cause he's usually away in the office, working hard, paying these bills. I pray to God it don't affect them. How we gon' deal? Poker face on, but my anxiety is peaking. Pop some CBD before I start thinking, singing sad songs like the Phantom of the Opera. Let me go meditate, realign my chakras.
This is May 7th, day 57, Islas Canarias, Spain. It's an interesting verse too. It kind of talks more about the what do you do with the at work thing, right? So now she's saying that her husband normally goes to work, and she kind of has a routine during the day while he's away, and he's normally there paying bills. How's that going to affect him? How's it affecting me? Whatever. So there was a lot of that while the lockdown was happening. You were hearing stories of relationships, people breaking up and shit. Pretty big impact socially, I think, on some relationships where people were just like losing their mind, actually having to be with one another. The exact opposite happened for me, where it was like, oh, we finally get to spend some time together, and it was really nice. We really enjoyed it, and we really, it was great. But I was still working, but just working from home. So yeah, that worked out really great, for us and my family. But yeah, you hear a lot of those stories though of people. Their dynamics changed a lot when having to be around each other more than they typically were, while also being stressed at what's happening in the world too. This is Keyblade.
It's been a month and a half, and I don't know what to do with all this time that I have. I barely laugh. I feel lonely at every day, and I don't think that all this mess will be done before ending May. I made a mistake, or that's what I think at least. I went early to Canarias, my girl stayed in Madrid, and we haven't been dealing well with this shit. We fight and we cry several nights every week. It is what it is. At least here it's not that bad. The disease hasn't affected my mom and my dad or anyone that I know. The islands are doing fine, so maybe we don't have to stay much longer confined. Spending some time outside will surely clear my mind. I don't know for sure, but I gotta give it a try. That's why I'll find a way to get this pressure off my chest by doing what I do best, writing rhymes to rest from the stress.
So So same situation. He's one of those guys that seems like his relationship struggled, you know, with the idea of what was going on with the stresses of the world. Day 69 in Los Angeles, California.
May 19th was supposed to be nice. Saw some family.
It's EPICLLOYD again, by the way, I meant to mention.
For the first time in a long while tonight, I got in a screaming fight with my buddy's wife. I got no memory why. I think the wiring in my head's not quite right. I'm a kid irrationally pissed and erratically living a hat with all these dramatic opinions. Yourself, I just post so inside your highness. So go fuck your mask and go fuck your virus. Staying confined if you're so fucking frightened. You're panicky, ranting on Facebook and whining. Political bitches are what makes me sick. Your kindergarten kids, your bargaining chips. Fuck! I listen to myself. I don't even know who this is. This constant sense of conflict infects my subconsciousness. I've lost my friends and my family and my cat and my business. I've witnessed vanished marriages and sober living conditions. I'm kissing folks I love goodbye on every side of this shit. I can't believe we found a way to get divided by this. I'm crying, I'm split, I'm dying, I'm pissed. I drink like a fish, my limit's been hit. We're betrayed, like how much worse can this get?
So he says, I can't believe we allowed ourselves to get divided by this. That's true. I mean, if everyone just did the right thing and just be as safe as you can be, no matter what. I mean, I don't believe you're doing too much. Just, I don't know. If it's a suggestion, and if there's any research or anything that's showing that it works and helping decrease the odds or whatever, I just think you should do it. I don't know why people feel like whatever it is that they opt to do instead is more important than what's going on. I don't know.
Shit.
Wow, at the end there it shows George Floyd with the knee on his neck. This says phase 2, voices wanted, submit below. So phase 2 of 2020 will be the civil unrest, I would assume. So wow, that's really cool. That's awesome. That's really cool. So this is phase 1 of 2020, right? The pandemic, how it's affected the world. And he's got people from all over the world on the CYPHER. Then phase 2 is probably going to be about Black Lives Matter, civil unrest, marching, you know, protesting, peaceful protests versus agitators, versus looters, versus Republicans, Democrats, whatever. It's been a crazy fucking year when you think about it, like all at one time. That's crazy. It's been a really, really wild year. That's a really cool concept. I honestly, who had the best verse? Six probably had more punchlines. I like the way SCRU's was delivered, I think, a little more. I'd probably give SCRU the best verse on that one. CRYPT is interesting. I'm interested by CRYPT's verse because I wonder how, you know, was he just telling a hip hop story here, or if that was actually very true and real for him. His verse is pretty good too. It wasn't too over the top or anything. It was good. But really, I want to give EPICLLOYD the best contribution here. I think the idea is great. I think it's brilliant, and it's not just like, oh, that's a great concept for music. Like, it's important too, because these are things that people are really dealing with, and things that they've had to face, and challenges that they've had to overcome so far, and probably will have to for the near future. That's a really cool concept. Shout out to EPICLLOYD for that. I really like that. It's creative, and it's open. It's like, it's creative and it's connected really well. Like, it lands really well. That's a really good idea. I'm looking forward to the phase 2 thing. I think that will be really interesting. Wow. I'm gonna give this a 7.9. I didn't love all the verses that much, but the concept is it's such a cool idea that it's gonna rate the 7.9. It gets more points for what the point is of the song. And like I said, there's some good verses in there. SCRU, CRYPT, EPICLLOYD's last verse wasn't bad either. CARLYX, that guy Frack earlier on too. Yeah, it was solid. There's some good verses there. That's gonna do it for me. Everyone, be safe, be real. Don't forget to pursue your happiness, and I will catch you on the next one.